Our next guest is Rob Astorino. He's a candidate for the governor of New York. Rob, thanks for being with us.
John, thank you.
All right, so we're looking at the campaign here, and you have called Andrew Cuomo's Startup New York program a fraud. Pretty heavy language there. What about the program specifically makes it fraudulent?
Oh, it's a $250 million campaign that was designed to put businesses from the 49 other states into New York. Half of the program is being spent in New York. It's a thinly disguised campaign commercial. He swiped $37 million from Hurricane Sandy relief funds to put displaced people back in their homes, to put on the Startup New York campaign. And it's exactly what's wrong with policy in New York. Governor Perry said it best, too. It's backwards. We're the highest tax state in America, the most regulated state, the least business-friendly state, the worst economic outlook, the worst state to retire in, go on and on and on. And we should be fixing the tax structure in New York, lowering taxes. I came out with a really bold plan. The Wall Street Journal wrote a great editorial this past Saturday nationwide that said that my plan is what would actually fix the economy in New York and put people back to work. Once we fix the bad policies, get it in place where it's a business-friendly environment, then maybe you can have some tax incentives to bring people in. But my tax plan would take us from the worst 50th in America out of 50 states to the most competitive in the Northeast, and that's a big first step, which is what we'll need in this state to actually attract businesses, not gimmicks. That's what this is. It's a gimmick.
Oh, we just showed your article up there on the screen. We'll put it back up there. Folks can take a look at that article themselves. You know, the governor of New York has been under the microscope recently for some ethics issues. How big of a deal do you think this will be when voters head to the ballot box?
Well, when people understand that this governor is under investigation by federal prosecutors for corrupting the Anti-Corruption Commission in New York, for potential witness tampering, obstruction of justice, failure to report state crimes, it is possible that we could have indictments handed down by Election Day, or probably, I think, after Election Day. And so, like Eliot Spitzer before him, we could have a governor that plea bargains and has to resign his office. This is serious. And, you know, the polls are closing. You just mentioned the polls a little bit. The polls are closing. We are closing in on this race. A lot is happening here in the last 18 days. We have a legitimate chance to win this race. As I talk to everyday New Yorkers, they're getting more and more excited. Our side is very energized. It's an upstate vote in a governor's race where we could do very, very well. And I ask people to go to robastorino.com, learn about our ethics plan, which starts with term limits in New York, our education plan, which gets rid of Common Core, which gets rid of the Unsafe Act, which is put in here to take away the rights of legal gun owners. These are things that we need to make a stand in America. Let it begin right here in New York, and let's turn New York red. So please go to robastorino.com and donate some money to the cause. We're going to put commercials right on TV and battle it out.
Well, one of the issues that's come up in this campaign is fracking, hydraulic fracturing for oil drilling in the state of New York. You say you support fracking, but would also push for a buffer zone near watersheds. How is this playing out, in your opinion, when you go out into communities and talk to folks who may be opposed to the idea of fracking in their communities?
You know, many parts of New York State are impoverished. You go to areas and counties with unacceptably high unemployment rates. People are leaving left and right. We've had 400,000 New Yorkers flee this state in the last 4 years for other opportunities. And so hydrofracking, gas drilling, is an opportunity in this state like no other. 30 other states are doing it safely. We should do it. And I would just, you know, we'll err on the side of caution in the unlikely event something would happen. But we will protect the water supply and the public health naturally. And the vast other parts of our state which have natural gas and the communities that want to do it, they should be permitted to do it. We would have 10,000 and 20,000 and 50,000 jobs, according to the DEC, created by this, billions in revenue. We could lower energy costs for everybody and bring manufacturing back to New York.
All right, well, Rob, we'll have to leave it there. We're running out of time here. You hear the music coming in. That means a commercial break is approaching, and there's nothing we can do about that. We do want to thank you for your time. Rob Astorino, running for governor in the state of New York. Thanks for being with us. Much more to come here on America's Forum. We got another hour ahead. Stay tuned. We're going to talk about the economic impact of Ebola. We're already seeing it after this.